All right, we're going to dive into a really chilling new trick in the cybercrime playbook. And here's a hint. It has almost nothing to do with fancy code. The real target is your own brain.
You know that feeling, right? That jolt of panic you get from an email that screams, urgent, account suspension. In that split second, you've got a choice to make. Is this for real, or am I about to walk straight into a trap? In that, right there, is the whole game. This isn't about brute force attacks anymore. Nope. The modern hacker's #1 weapon is psychological. They don't need to break into your computer when they can just scare you into opening the front door for them. So let's break down this new weapon, shall we? This is a huge shift in cybersecurity, where the weak spot isn't your password, it's your own gut reaction to panic. See, this is what we call social engineering. Hackers are getting smart. They're realizing that it's way easier to exploit human psychology than it is to find a flaw in software. Why? Because they know that when a person is stressed out or scared, they're going to make mistakes, predictable ones. This quote just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? Why break a firewall when you can get someone to open the door for you? They create a fake crisis right there in your inbox, and it's all designed to get you to react now without thinking, basically tricking you into holding the door wide open for them. So how do they actually pull this off? Well, let's put one of these attacks under the microscope, because once you see the pattern, you really start to see these scams everywhere. They almost always follow a brutally effective 4-stage formula. Okay, so it always starts with the bait, that heart-stopping subject line that you just can't ignore. Then they create this illusion of authority, slapping a fake logo from your bank or the IRS on it. Next, they turn up the heat with pressure, a ticking clock, like your account will be locked in 24 hours. And then finally, they spring the trap, a big friendly button that says secure your account, but what it really does is let the bad guys in. So we've seen what they do, but to really truly defend yourself, you need to understand why it works so well. This isn't just a simple trick. It's a very clever exploit of how our brains are wired. Think about it like this. Most of the time, your rational brain is driving the bus. It's slow, it's careful, it asks questions. But the entire goal of these attacks is to shove that rational brain out of the driver's seat and let your panic brain take the wheel. And that part of you, well, it's built for pure, fast reaction, not for thinking things through. Yeah, their whole goal is to just yank the fire alarm in your brain. They don't need to start an actual fire. They just need to get that alarm blaring. Because once it's going off, all logical thought gets drowned out by that primal instinct to just get out of danger. And believe it or not, there's a scientific name for this. It's called an amygdala hijack. The amygdala, that's the part of your brain that's like an emergency command center for fear. When it gets triggered by a threat, whether it's real or, in this case, totally fake, it just takes over. It's your ancient fight or flight response kicking in. And it's exactly what these hackers are banking on.
Okay, I know this all sounds pretty intimidating, but here's the good news. And it's really good news. You are not helpless here. Not at all. So let's build a defense plan. It's simple, it's powerful, and it puts you right back in control. And here is the single most important thing to remember. Just knowing about the trap is the first step to disarming it. Seriously, just being aware that their goal is to make you panic, that's half the battle right there. It lets you see the attack for what it is, a cheap trick.
So here's your 4-point action plan. Super simple. Number 1, pause. The second you feel that panic, just stop. Take one deep breath. That's all it takes to let your rational brain get back in the game. 2, verify. Never, ever click the links in the email. Go to the official website yourself or call a number you already have saved. 3, question. Look for those little red flags. Weird spelling, a generic dear customer greeting. They're almost always there. And finally, 4, protect. Just remember, a real company is never going to ask for your password in an email. Period.
Look, at the end of the day, antivirus software and firewalls are great, they're important, but they're not enough anymore. In this age of social engineering, the single best security tool on the planet is a sharp, critical thinking human being. That's you. You are the final firewall. So I'll just leave you with this thought. The next time you get that email and you feel that surge of panic, that little voice screaming, click it now, what are you going to do? Because now you know the game, and now you have a plan.